from far away. I took you for a tourist, but you never left.
One of my first mission trips ever was to Los Angeles with Franciscan University. Here I am with my group, and one of the things we had done was gone to The Price is Right. Just so happened that there I was with my cowboy hat, and our friend won the showcase. We were able to witness by being on television as our friend did the sign of the cross, and we had a nun on TV. Here I am with that nun on the streets evangelizing. There's another sister of the Carmelite order, feeding the homeless, playing music and speaking and witnessing, testifying, talking on the streets of LA. I had a retreat as a speaker and as an MC. Yet another beautiful trip to Mexico City, where I met a priest ordained by Bishop Karol Wojtyła, now John Paul II. May his soul rest in peace, and may he pray for us. I got to visit the Basilica of Guadalupe, sit on top of one of the pyramid ruins, and begin to sport some Guadalupan pride. Another occasion, I was invited to go to London. That was to meet a team of about 15 young adults, Catholic faithful, to do a preparation trip for World Youth Day. This was my very first time ever in Europe. Our World Youth Day preparations took us next to Rome, Italy, St. Peter's, the Vatican, to other basilicas such as St. Mary Major's. Here in this basilica is the wood and the manger in which Jesus was born, the famous Colosseum. Beautiful statue of St. Francis of Assisi in front of St. John Lateran, in which one of the popes had a vision where he held up the church. And Lanciano, Eucharistic miracle, which still exists today. Streets of an Italian area in Abruzzo, Italy. Hanging out at the beach, found a really cool place where the water crashes up, and I decided to be funny up there. Spent the night out on the beach. This was the view. This is what I saw when I woke up. Close by was the home of the tomb of St. Anthony of Padua. Had the amazing honor and privilege to touch the tomb of St. Anthony and to ask for his prayers. Outside of Padua, there's a basilica in the background. It's a beautiful park. Popular mode of transportation in Europe, the train. Here I am heading towards Assisi, where unfortunately one night I locked myself out of my room and had to climb through the window. Next, I had the grueling responsibility to go to Hawaii. Quite hard. I loved it. I enjoyed it. Here I am with some other Franciscan University of Steubenville students who were missionaries there. Little view from the airplane. Some of our friends, there we are, eating some fresh fruits from Hawaii. Of course, the fabulous traditional lei that they lay on top of you. A man who goes surfing, yet he's a paraplegic. Got to help him go in the water. Not long before I went to Australia, actually, to prepare for the next World Youth Day. This trip, we did like kind of a reconnaissance where we got a lot of information about Australia, which was said to have and be the host of the next World Youth Day. Saw Santa Claus look-alike, the beautiful views, and ran into a random kid that had my university or a high school sweatshirt of where I went to college, and he has never heard of that school. Pretty funny to see a student with a sweatshirt in Australia. Catching the flight, you can see the sun going down, and I think I lived 2 days on that airplane. It was quite amazing. I saw 2 different sunsets. It was pretty wild. Here I am arriving to Toronto, Canada. Sydney to Canada is a long trip. You want to talk about getting messed with, and as far as the atmosphere and the temperature, I went from summer to winter in about 24 hours, quite wild, and was greeted by a good foot of snow. Then I got to experience World Youth Day. My second World Youth Day. This is Cologne, Germany. Quite awesome, quite fun. Got to horse around a little bit, take some of our youth on tour. Eventually, there was 1.2 million gathered there to see Pope Benedict XVI. Very emotional, very inspiring. Got to hang out with some of the great bishops of our church. Here I am with some of the youth that I was in charge of taking there. We took over 800 youth to this World Youth Day. The famous pictures of pilgrims walking and sleeping, all this living their faith and sharing it to see the Holy Father. We got to top off this year with a road trip from Washington, D.C. to L.A. Quite the interesting experience cross country. Started in Washington, D.C. and hit the road.
As I was traveling, just traveling through. I'm just traveling, I'm just traveling. Drifting like a floating boat and rolling like a wind. Oh, give me some direction, Lord, let me lean up.
Absolutely insane and amazingly cool shrine of sorts with the largest cross I've ever seen on a highway. Beautiful place to meditate and pray with a kind of a tomb of Jesus there as well, and so many great things to remind us of the passion of our Lord Jesus Christ.
Like the poor wayfaring stranger.
The breathtaking views from the Grand Canyon were just exemplary. What a unique experience that was. Can't wait to go back again. Took some time to do some prayer, meditation, and just thinking. Just the mode of meditation and awe that I was placed in was just unbelievably unique there. And this has been just another segment of It's All Pope.
Oh, I'm just traveling.